Every player aims to be the standard in the NBA, and to do this, they've got to hold record-breaking stats over their careers, as only the best of the best can achieve records that stand the test of time. In this video, we're counting those stars whose natural ability to set their teammates up for easy buckets has stayed at the top in all-time assist rankings. The competition is tough, and we're only considering the top two in every position, starting off with point guards. First up, John Stockton leads with an impressive 15,806 assists in 1,504 games played. With nearly 16,000 assists over 19 seasons, it's difficult to find a player that'll pass Stockton in all-time assist rankings. This success is undeniably owed to his pairing with the mailman Karl Malone. They're widely appreciated for creating the most potent play in pick and roll that NBA fanatics have seen in the modern era. However, the point guard's efficiency in occupying his position shouldn't be overlooked. He relied on his intelligence instead of explosiveness to lead an all-time great defense. The Jazz legend had the ability to control the pace of the game and attack on the break too. Most importantly, he knew his limitations and made himself the most dominant point guard by working around them. Next, Jason Kidd is a close second with 12,091 assists in 1,391 games played. Moving on, Jason Kidd was one of the very few point guards with genuine triple-double ability. His incredible playmaking, leading the offense with various teams, was owed to his towering and powerful frame. His career ended with an average of 8.7 APG, with his best season being 1999 with the Phoenix Suns. And if we're looking at it, regardless of position, he still ranks second in all-time assists behind John Stockton. Next up is the shooting guards. First up is James Harden, with 6,397 assists in 942 games played. James Harden might be a point guard right now, but he spent the majority of his career as a shooting guard. Even when he was paired with other all-time great point guards like Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook, Harden was frequently tasked with creating shots for other players and being the primary ball handler. Without a doubt, the Beard ranks among the top 10 all-time ball handlers because his ability to break down defenses with dribble maneuvers created limitless looks for his teammates even when he wasn't looking to score. Even though Harden might seem out of his prime right now, his basketball IQ can still help him lead an offense. The Beard has been a score-first player for the better part of his career, but started as the best playmaker for OKC as a sixth man. His playmaking ability only improved as he blossomed into a superstar with the Houston Rockets, and so far he's averaged 6.8 APG. Next, Kobe Bryant takes second place with 6,306 assists in 1,346 games played. With his number of assists, it may come as a surprise that Kobe Bryant ranks second among shooting guards in terms of regular season assists. It's true that he's regarded as the NBA's most iconic gunner because he never saw a shot he didn't take. Over his career, the superstar shooting guard averaged a respectable 4.7 APG, a figure that's all the more impressive given that Kobe was the man taking most of the shots on his team for the majority of his career. Moving on, we've got small forwards. First, LeBron James is in the lead with 10,045 assists in 1,366 games played. LeBron James has been a sensational player throughout his career, easily ranking among the top 10 in NBA history. As a versatile all-around player with an innate ability to attack the rim, he's proven to be unstoppable. Of course, he's regarded as the best passer among large players since Magic Johnson was in charge of the Lakers, but since the former's retirement, the King's been able to make any pass at any time and read the defense better than anyone else. Over the course of his career, which has spanned over 1,300 games, James has averaged 7.4 APG, which has led him to amassing over 10,000 assists. Next, Scottie Pippen comes in second, 6,135 assists in 1,178 games played. Now, even though he's known as an all-time great defender, Scottie Pippen will be remembered as one of the greatest playmaking talents of all time at his position. Scottie, armed with some of the best intangibles and length, could easily lead the offense because he wasn't selfish and had a high basketball IQ. But more than that, he was an excellent passer, ranking second in all-time small forwards in assists, averaging 5.2 APG over the course of a 17-year-long career. Not to mention the power forwards. First, Kevin Garnett is number one with 5,445 assists in 1,462 games played. Surprisingly, Kevin the Big Ticket Garnett tops the list of all-time great power forward playmakers in NBA history. When you consider his skill set and basketball IQ, the superstar was one of the most unstoppable players ever. The Big Ticket's number of assists puts him ahead of a slew of all-time greats from his position, including Karl Malone and Tim Duncan. Garnett is also ranked 52nd all-time in total assists, with a career average of 3.7 APG. His His best season came in 2003 when he averaged 6 assists per game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. As the power forward spot for the Timberwolves, Garnett would dominate multiple areas of the floor, including playmaking, scoring, rebounding, and playing defense. Although he had a more slender frame in comparison to the opposing bigger players, his athleticism at 6 foot and 11 inches gave him the ability to attract double teams. Next, Karl Malone takes second place with 5,248 assists in 1,476 games played. Meanwhile, Karl Malone's one of the greatest offensive players in NBA history, averaging at least 20 points per game year after year as he enters into his late 30s. Considering he was a score-first player, the mailman still managed to accumulate assists at a high level. He averaged at least 4 APG 7 times in his 19-year career. The Utah legend had his best season in 2003 when he averaged 4.7 assists per game for the Jazz as they competed in the Western Conference. Malone was able to accumulate assists for his team even as he aged thanks to his strong lower body that allowed him to draw defensive attention. He was a threat as he made his amazing scoring look easy. Even while being fed by Stockton, Malone was handling offense for others. Despite his rank as third all-time in total points scored, the mailman has to go down in history as one of the best all-around big men. Lastly, we've got the centers. First, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar leads with 5,660 assists across 1,560 games played. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 6-time NBA champion, was an incredible offensive player who dominated the game with his unstoppable skyhook shot. In addition to that, he was also a very smart player whose passing ability aided him in being the all-time leading scorer. The superstar center stood 7 foot 2 inches and had the size to read the floor as one of the largest players on the court. But of course, he was frequently double-teamed. The Bucks and Lakers legend finished his career with a 3.6 APG average while averaging 4 APG 9 times in a single season. He averaged 5.4 points per game for the Lakers in 1979 and 5 points per game on 2 other occasions during his 20-year career. In terms of NBA success and individual statistics, it's difficult to argue that Kareem is not the best center of all time unless one mentions Bill Russell's rings or Wilt Chamberlain's record-breaking seasons that began his career. Followed up by Wilt Chamberlain with 4,643 assists in 1,045 games played. Wilt finished second to Kareem at all-time assists by a center with his dominant physicality. He scored 100 points in a single game and grabbed 55 rebounds in another. Other than those alarming once-in-a-lifetime achievements, Chamberlain made posting ridiculous assist numbers from center look like a piece of cake. It's no surprise he averaged under 4 APG in a single season only 5 times. The dominant center reached a career high in 1968 when he posted an unbelievable 8.6 APG while he was a part of the Philly Warriors. The year before that, he'd averaged 7.8 APG with the same team. It's no doubt that he benefited by being the biggest and most athletic player of his time, as he'd attract double and triple teams to defend the basket from him. He'd leap and use his height to a ridiculous advantage, and any footage available of him would show this to be a reality. Wilt the Stilt ranks second in all-time points scored by a center as well as assists, and these numbers have placed this legend among the top 10 players in NBA history. And that's all for this video, guys. Who do you think has pulled off the best assists in our ranking? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.